Namo Manju Shi Ye, Namo Su Shi Ye, Namo Namo Shi Ye Soha, O Namo Manju Shi Ye, Namo Su Shi Ye, Namo Shi Ye Soha. Ye Shi Dang Tu Ge Chung Nang La, Xiang Chu Ban Du Nan De Ge Su Qi, Da Ge Xu Nye Ji Be Cong Nang Ge, Ge La Ben Jie Sang Ge Zhu Ba Shu. Ye Dang Tu Ge Chung Nang La, Xiang Chu Ban Du Nan De Ge Su Qi, Da Ge Xu Nye Ji Be Cong Nang Ge, Ge La Ben Jie Sang Ge Zhu Ba Shu. Ye Dang Tu Ge Chung Nang La, Xiang Chu Ban Du Nan De Ge Su Qi, Da Ge Xu Nye Ji Be Cong Nang Ge, Ge La Ben Jie Sang Ge Zhu Ba Shu. Ve Ge Xu Xin Me Du Zhang, Ri Ra Le Xin Ni De Kian Pa Di, Sang Ji Xin Do Mi De Bu Wang Ye, Zhu Ge Nang Da Xin La Jun Ma Shu. Bu Ru Ran Na Men Da La Gang Ni Ya Da Ya Mi. Please adjust your sitting posture according to the 7 meditative postures of Vairocana. Think, all sentient beings have been my mothers. All sentient beings have been my mothers, not just once, but numberless times. All sentient beings are as kind as my mother in this life. Even though all kind mothers and sentient beings want happiness and do not even want a small suffering, due to mistakenly engaging with objects of adoptions and objects of abandonment, they do not experience any happiness but suffering. In our minds, sincerely cultivate loving kindness towards all kind mothers and sentient beings by thinking, how nice it would be if all kind mothers and sentient beings were to have excellent happiness and the causes of excellent happiness that are virtues. May they have excellent happiness and its causes. I will cause them to have excellent happiness and its causes. Lama deity, please bless me to be able to do so. Next, we cultivate compassion towards all suffering mother sentient beings by thinking, how nice it would be if all mother sentient beings were free from all sufferings and the causes of suffering that are non-virtues. May they be free from all suffering and its causes. I will cause them to be free from all suffering and its causes. Lama deity, please bless me to be able to do so. Next, we cultivate bodhicitta. First, we ask ourselves, who should take the responsibility to free all mother sentient beings from the sufferings of samsara and lower realms? I should take the responsibility. Even though I should take the responsibility, I do not have the ability to place them in the state of perfect, complete enlightenment now. Who has such ability? Those perfect, complete Buddhas have the abilities to do so. Therefore, for the sake of all mother sentient beings, by all means, I will achieve the precious state of enlightenment. Next, we meditate on emptiness for a short while. The self and the aggregates neither exist as inherently one, nor as inherently different. Thus is empty of inherent existence. Set a good motivation. For the sake of all mother sentient beings, I will achieve the state of enlightenment. For these, I will listen to the holy teaching and practice properly in order to benefit sentient beings.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
So to continue, where we left off, under the outlines of immutable during the totally pure stage, or very pure stage, or extremely pure stage. And under this outline is verse 78. He says, the Dhammakaya of the Tathāgatas in the totally pure state is immutable. Because of being endowed with the qualities of inexhaustibility, it is the refuge of migrators because it is continuous and without end, is always without the two extremes of deprecation and superimposition, and without conceptuality, and is in the nature of not being subject to destruction because it is not formed by karma. So to explain this verse, then we go to extra notes. So it says, Tathāgatas possess the quality of being permanent, the nature of being unchanging. So then, so first we talk about Tathāgatas, they possess the qualities of being permanent, the nature of being unchanging. Then we need to think, what are the reasons that the Tathāgatas possess the quality of being permanent? Then the reason is because they are bodies that possess inexhaustible qualities such as strength. So previously we also listed or mentioned about the qualities of a Buddha. There are 64 qualities of Buddhas, such as 10 strengths, 4 fearlessnesses, and 18 unique qualities of Buddhas, and so forth.
로이 자시바 팀이 이제 데데 다 전세 가르레스나 다 심이긴 타 메바 못타도 바로 와 답이 타도 이제 데레다 타피야 요 말이 뭐와 심이 가르와 심이긴 타 메바 못도 쉬리 고레세 아빠 타 두야게 르니 바샤게 제바 포디파 타투바 데레다 가투야 요 말이 뭐와 데리 타투비 수고레스 데리 순자 내가 템버레스 템비 유데다 데레버레스 와
타투가 아니나 이제 딜레 타투가 요와
타투가 로다 심이 타 매바 못투가 로다 심이 타 매바 못투가 슈고레스 다 심이 타 데레파 투지 요 말에서 오라 여기 요도 매도 타투가 창자 데레 모두 다 데레파 타투가 요 말에서 오라
And Tathāgatas possess the quality of steadily acting as a possess the quality of stability, being stable. Yeah, so Tathāgatas possess the quality of being stable, which acts as a refuge for migrating beings because they are bodies that abide continuously and without end. So these Tathāgatas, they possess this quality of being stable. So here we talk about the qualities of Tathāgatas that Tathāgatas possess. So the first one is quality of being permanent, and the second one is quality of being stable. And Tathāgatas possess the quality of being stable, which acts as a refuge for migrating being. So because they are bodies that abide continuously and without end. So bodies that abide continuously and without end, it also has the meanings of ultimately. So because they are bodies that abide ultimately. So if it is a body that abides ultimately, and there is no there is nothing more ultimate than that. So it means that they are bodies that abide ultimately. So it means that it is an ultimate body, and there is no body that there is no there is no there is no stage of there is no state more ultimate than that. Yeah. So there is no state more ultimate than that. So those bodies abides ultimately. It means that there is no state more ultimate than that.
That's another dodo tembi into the dimberes, and that is sugar. Sugar tembi into the dimberes. That Ruanaji Malu Kanda Jani Taturis. Ruanaji Kanda, Ruan Malu Jani Taturis. The Tatu Mazi Kanda, Lobuji Tuma Malibada Tawaris. Jaikuris, Lobuji Tuma Malibada Jaikuris. In this one, that tembi into the dimberes, Lobuji Tuma Malibada Jaikuris Tatukuris. This one's 가다든 진신이 나버와 단 로아는 좀 물이 있잖아요 타투리스 자리 타투리스 다 때문에 이제 다들 무지개 쪽으로 와 나가다 로브지 좀 많이 받아 제이 다 타투를 거래스
So basically here we talk about Tathāgatas possess the quality of being stable, or in other words, Tathāgatas possess the quality of stability, who acts as a refuge for migrating beings. And so who acts as a refuge for migrating beings also means that Tathāgatas are the ultimate refuge for migrating beings. And because they are bodies that abide continuously and without end, in other words, because they are bodies that abide ultimately, it means that they are ultimate bodies, they are ultimate bodies, they are free from all defilements. Yeah. So they are ultimate bodies that are free from all adventitious defilements.
Mari Pasha the Pamsares, Roa, Poma, the Tea the Mares, the David you say Carres, then Beso, Beso the number of Motobi Sugares, then Beso the Telugu, Roa, the men into the journey to put Roa, what there is in Roa.
Carry Pimino to be already.
The men to go.
Oh, cool.
Beso the Marsura.
And the third one is the subject, Tathāgatas, possess the quality of pacification. So this is the third quality that Tathāgatas possess. So Tathāgatas possess the quality of pacification, which is constantly devoid of both the imprints of ignorance and uncontaminated actions. So Tathāgatas possess the quality of pacification means that Tathāgatas are devoid of both the imprints of ignorance and uncontaminated actions, means that Tathāgatas have already eliminated the imprints of ignorance and uncontaminated actions. So because they are truth bodies, they are without conceptuality through exertion. So because they are truth bodies, they are without conceptuality through exertion, means that it doesn't need to depend, these truth bodies or Tathāgata, these truth bodies or Dhammakaya, they do not need to depend on exertion. So these truth bodies are spontaneous and effortless.
That the issue children, Tamadra, the issue children, that kind of Japan, you know, the Marias, that you know, in this and that, the issue, you know, in the David Jose Carzana, that you know, in this as a Sabam religion, Dimashi, that kind of Joam in the Segura, you know, of course, in the Tanga, the issue, and that Japan, that you know, in this and that Sabam religion, Dimashi, the Raji Kores, that kind of the issue, of course, not devoted. That you know, in this and Joam in the Shiva. Was Sabam religion, Dimashiba. Same religion, the Sachi religion, Dishiba in the Juan Wairoa. You are Wairoa. Then Sabam religion, Dimashibi, the Rajish, Kores, Rajish Kores or Dili.
And the fourth one is the subject, Tathāgatas, possess the quality of being eternal. So eternal has the meanings of changeless or unchanging. So Tathāgatas possess the quality of being eternal or being unchanging or being changeless, a non-disintegrating phenomenon. So because they are bodies that possess a nature unconditioned by uncontaminated actions, and so sometimes then you may see the words eternal body. So eternal body also refers to the Tathāgata bodies. So the Tathāgatas possess the quality of being eternal, a non-disintegrating phenomenon, because they are bodies that possess a nature unconditioned by uncontaminated actions. So if these bodies were conditioned by uncontaminated actions, if these bodies were conditioned by uncontaminated actions, then these bodies would not be eternal. It would not be changeless. It would be changing. It will go through changes. So therefore, because these bodies, they possess a nature unconditioned by uncontaminated actions, so therefore they possess the quality, because of this reason, therefore they possess the nature of being eternal. In other words, unchanging or changeless.
That the one was the Jidrawa, Kadushina, Shula, the Namji, the Shula, the Munji, that the Canada, Jiwa, making Chiwane, Neme Gawa, never tasted. That's in Lua, I don't know the issue.
That's all. Then we go back to commentary. Next verse. Next verse is under the outlines of indirect teaching by negation. And under this outline is verse 79. It says, there is no birth, no death, there is no harm, and no aging. The first two lines of verse 79.
That is the that you cut there. 다 간다 딜러고 다 녀무고기 간다 최고대로와 다 최고대가 넘지스를 넘지는 거 가서 파 가야 돼 넘지스 와
남주세티.
넘지를 파 제야 돼
가야 파가야.
다 녀무고기 다 최고대 녀무고기 인상 무조건 맞이스 좀 말해서 그러다 다 강도와 최고대 녀무고기 인상 무조건 맞이 이지랑이 일랑 비켜와요 말해서 아까 요 말해서 강도와 넘지스 되다 녀무고기 다 인상 무조건 맞이 다 이지랑이 일이지 지와나야 요 말해서 다 최고대로와 다 상세 방법은 거기 이리 지와내 완전 거와 상세 방법은 이지랑이 일이 지와내 멤버 열에서 그와 이걸로 거와 다 최고대 간다 녀무고기你上面就要马赛，那一个人就要能把要马赛的搞是吧？第几？你有没有求没把马赛了？咱养家是吧？但你有没有求没把马赛上就没下面求要马赛，上就没下面求要马赛。你来到你有没给你把没把马赛了我啦？他搞过到怕了搞的话，那么就是对的。来到你有没给你把没把马赛，你有就马里把差钱要把要马赛，其实你这些修的了的。你没办马赛，但实际我确实没办有马赛，是吧？我这实际话，我但你们的这个，那啥就是来讲的，搞没办马赛，我说，但有些嘛修的话，是吧？搞没办马赛了，但你们的这个啥就是来讲，搞没办马赛，那上面就来讲现在就搞有马赛，是吧？也搞有马赛，那搞没办是呢，你骨头都完全也是吧？你骨头都完全是搞没骨头都完全也是，我的必须的。That is not just Kaya, Kaya don't just Namchi Kas.
So then we refer to the explanations in the commentary. So not only does it not move from birth to birth through the power of affliction. So here under the outlines of indirect teaching by negation, right? So negations here, then you see words like it does not, then not only is there no, so then there is no death and so. So the word negation means that it shows a negation. So then in the explanation, then you will see these words of negation. And it says, not only does it not move from birth to birth through the power of affliction, so move from birth to birth, in other words, is taking birth. So not only does it not take birth through the power of afflictions, it does not take birth in the form of a mental body. So here we are talking about the truth body. We are talking about the truth body. We are talking about the ultimate body. So therefore, not only does it not move from birth to birth through the power of affliction, it does not take birth in the form of a mental body. So if it were if it were an Aya Bodhisattva, then Aya Bodhisattva still take birth in the form of a mental body. However, for truth body or for the ultimate body, then it does not take birth even in the form of a mental body. And this is the first one, so referring to birth. And then the second sentence, then it refers to death. So not only is there no death through the power of affliction, so there is no death by inconceivable transformation. So there is no death, there is an inconceivable transformation. And then refer to death. And the third one is harm. So not only is there no harm caused by karma and afflictions, there is no harm caused by non-afflicted imprints of ignorance. So the first line refers to afflictive obscuration, and the second line refers to knowledge obscuration. So not only is there no harm caused by karma and afflictions, which are afflictive obscuration, and there is no harm caused by non-afflicted imprints of ignorance. So imprints of ignorance then refers to knowledge obscuration. And the last one is aging, and there is no aging. So not only is there no aging brought on by afflicted and contaminated karma, and there is no transforming aging process caused by non-afflicted karma as well. So not only is there no aging brought on by afflicted and contaminated karma, afflicted. Yeah, afflicted and contaminated karma, and there is no transforming aging process caused by non-afflicted karma. Yeah, so here it basically refers to the ultimate body or the truth body that has no birth, death, harm, and aging. 남지 나대 가야
파카고로와 다 녀무하게 인사 조금 말에 예정하게 인사 조금 말에 제와요 말에서 파카는데 용질라 제와미 따바치 두고와 마타 따바치 제와요 말에 용질라서 따바다 된다들 쇼구대로와 다 쇼구대 녀무하게 인사 제와요 말에 이제 위치와는 요 말에서 논질라 파카로와 다 되게 쇼구대 다 따바해 다 두쇼지야 다 따바해 엠바리스 시와네 인도 레스 우도와 뜨까우무도와 아까우무도와 된다들 레스 또 용질을 계시고 와 된다데 이집이 치고 따바레스 엠바리스 시와네 인도 레스 가다 다 인도 인도 되게 정말 시에서와 나도 따바레스 따비 인도 다는 레스 템비 인도 대가 되고 뜻이서와 어디 레스 오다데 다들 가서 용질라고 그래 와서 두시 중에서 나무래
용주那样的，可是按独自去。
独自去那时候，大家刚说独自去那时候，等那说大把的定期的独自去那个，等到要么那个基本上，
好了，
你的那个劳动基本上，
电器没什么了，电器没什么，那的可是的那么简单。
电器是大的，这么给我啊，
其实叫我每堂，叫我每堂，内面搞我每把电那地方，电大的话，电器的话大的话，
电器，就啊没把没搞没是吧？没必须就啊没必须就啊没必须没把没必须搞没必须是电器的是不是？那电器的有的老是被这可都弄进来讲我多，搞我的，但我那是不是确实嘛？大把的电把的。시와다 인도서 루치 왜서
다다든 다든시 맞죠. So here then you can see here don't have yeah. So when we say indirect teaching by negation, right? So then negation means that you see the words no birth, no death, no harm, no aging. Then not only does it not move from death, not only does it also does not take birth and etc. So then you will see the word no, does not, and etc. So that is what it means by negation. So it's to negate something that with words like no, does not, and etc. And this part is also this part is also a part of identifying the reasoning. So because there's no birth, because there's not, even though the words because is not here. So however, here is also here identified. This part identified the reasoning. So because there is no birth, because there is no death, because there is no harm, and because there is no aging, and then. The second outline is indirect teaching by affirmation, right? So this part links to the next verses. So indirect teaching by affirmation. So he says the Dhammakaya. Yeah. So then you link to the next two lines of verse 79. So therefore, the Dhammakaya of the Tathāgatas is permanent, constant, at peace. So at peace, in another translation, in other words, is pacified. So at peace or pacified, and unalterable. So unalterable, another word for this is changeless or unchanging. So indirect teaching by negation. So here it talks about the first two lines is identifying the reasoning, because there is no birth, no death, no harm, no aging, and then next two lines is identifying the predicate of the probandum. So predicate of the probandum also means that they are predicate to be proven. So these two are predicate to be proven. So it means that then you will see the words is like that. So it is something, it does exist, for example. So it does exist. So it's with the positive words. So first two lines indicates the negation with words, with negative words like no, does not, right? So then the next two lines of verse 79, they identify the predicate of the probandum. So it means that it is a teaching by affirmation. So affirmations mean is positive. So with the words like is, does, and etc. So then, Geshe-la read, therefore the Dhammakaya of the Tathāgatas is permanent, constant, at peace, and unalterable. So the predicate, identifying the predicate of the probandum refers to this permanent, constant. Constant in another translation for this, it can also be translated as stable, and then at peace and unalterable. So these are the predicates of the probandum. And then next, yeah. So next two verses. So it's under according to the commentary, the out is mentioned under the outlines of indirect teaching by affirmation, right? So these two are under the outlines of indirect teaching by affirmation. And another translation is not, it also means that this indirect teaching by affirmations, it also means it correlates the reasoning with the predicate of the probandum. So, and this correlation between these two are mentioned in this, are indicated by these two verses. So to explain this correlating the reasoning with the predicate of the probandum, then we refer to the extra notes. Then here it says, this Tathāgatas possess the quality of being permanent because it is a truth body that has no birth in the form of a mental body. So this, just now we mentioned that these are under the outlines of negation, right? So and then and it also identified the reasoning. So here it is mentioned in the reasoning part. So we talk about the subject, and then this part is the predicate of the probandum, and then words follow the words after the word because. Whatever words that follows the word and here because, then here it indicates the reasoning. So subject, predicate of the probandum, and reasoning. So just now in first two lines of verse 79, then we talk about the affirmation, negations, and also then the second line and the next two lines indicates the affirmation, right? So therefore, you can see the word because it is a truth body that has no birth in the form of a mental body. So this is a part of reasoning. And then possess the quality of being permanent. So then this is under the part of affirmation. So, and then Geshe-la say that Tathāgata in this context, then Tathāgata has possessed the quality of being permanent because it is a truth body that has no birth in the form of a mental body. In other words, the body that does not take birth in the form of a body. And this part can also become predicate of the propendum. And this part become the reasoning in this particular context. So then you will say Tathāgatas does not take birth in the form of a mental body because they possess the quality of being permanent. So it can, in this particular context, the reasoning can be the predicate of the propendum, and the predicate of the propendum can be the reasoning. So here in the commentary, then he says that Tathāgatas possess the quality of being permanent because it is a truth body that has no birth in the form of a mental body. So then I will follow this pattern of the sentence that mentions the affirmations as the predicate of the propendum, and then the negations as the reasoning. So here we are talking about the four qualities: the permanent, stable, pacified, and eternal. So now we are the extensive explanations about these four qualities. So then the second quality is Tathāgatas possess the quality of being stable because it is a truth body that has no death, or in other words, it doesn't die by way of transmigration, which is inconceivable transformation. And then the third quality is Tathāgata possess the quality of being pacified, or quality of pacification, because it is a truth body that has no harm by sickness of subtle imprints. So Tathāgata possess the quality of pacification. So then what is the reason? Because it is a truth body that has no harm by sickness of subtle imprints. So whether it's a subtle imprints or the coarse imprints, and then has a truth body are free of coarse and subtle imprint, because a truth body has already abandoned these coarse and subtle imprints. And the fourth quality is Tathāgata possess the quality of being eternal. So eternal, changeless or unchanging. So then, why do Tathāgata possess the quality of being eternal? Because it is a truth body that has no aging due to being conditioned by uncontaminated actions. So Tathāgata does not age due to being conditioned by uncontaminated actions. So it means that Tathāgata possess the quality of being changeless because it doesn't change. It doesn't change by actions. It doesn't change by actions or karma. So in other words, it is not is not conditioned by actions.
다들 맞죠 노제가 지고를 잡아서 되라 신이 대신이 니다 니지 고르시 니마시 비라는 따발아서 대시 자세 다들 공공등 가서 연주민서 되게 된다 되마 비시고 된다 되마 쇼사로와 근데 연주민다 무지 치료에서 되마 지야요 다들 된다 되마 지야로래 와 다들 지나마 dilana 마나 와 공도 쇼사에서 되마 맞으면 지된다 딘디니마 다다 나서 되마 지야들에서 무지 쇼사로와 되마 지야로 샤스 독탄 바로 되마 쇼이래 어디 지나죠
So next verse. So next verse is verse 82. Then he says, the uncompounded basic element is to be known as permanence and so forth through two lines and likewise two lines and two lines and two lines in their respective order. So here the two lines, you can see these two lines many times, right? So this verse basically, these two lines refer to verse 78. Verse 78. So then it refers to this verse 78, those two lines or words and etc. So it refers to immutable, of being endowed with the qualities of exhaustibility, refuge of migrators, because continuous and without end. Then later, Geshe-la will explain what does this two lines or why there is a connections of verse 82. The Geshe-la will explain the connections between verse 82 and verse 78. Geshe-la 第几句解釋明白？한쪽이 가서
다 가다들이 시우다 신주 민다스나 나는 부시 시작으로 와
주지추 신주 민다네 주지추
신주 민다스는 부시로
이 미치나 데 주지추래
신주 민다 간 맞아지다 간 바래 민다 부시 그 뭐지 제대사데 딱게 위치로 와 내가 나지 팀비 대시 봐다 내가 니래
니버지 10찌나 데 10찌나
뭐지 주되로다 뭐지 주되서 와서 교직시로
Music
is going to all this one. Music children in the race, the dark shield.
Also, 电笔字那的主机去，的西北字呢的大电给我了，
大电鬼，
大说。
那给我电把的电笔条线把的基本的，罗这是几多？的主机西米他没头几多？的就是大的shield的。那喜欢的啦，电线里打的，大的里面是几多？这个我是主机去对不对？是吧？大的里面是几多？主机去的，大的马里的把这上半面的连新印的马里是点西国话，大的里面那么多把现在的，别说的那么多把西国也看了，别说的那么多把这个大的西国话，你就这些，或者就这种那这些话，但印度人的电线有这个的，是吧？那里面去是主机去的主机，那马西边上印的是国内。마치 봤을 때 봐. 이제 간다 사바미 빌레징 거 반드시 와. 내가 뭐가 들어와. 사바미 빌레징 좀 마시 봤을 때가 돼. 완전 마시 때 괜찮지. 어다 간다 맞데 마 자랑 시고레스. 또 다가 되는 거스 와.
That's all. Okay. So we say that the uncompounded basic element is to be known as permanent and so forth through two lines, likewise two lines and two lines and two lines in their respective order. So these two lines, and we say this verse, and it said to be connected to verse 78, right? Yeah. So verse 78, and these lines in other then can also be translated as words. So
And here there are two kinds of words here. So one is words of indication, and the second one is words of explanation. So lines or words of indication and words of explanation. So words of indications indicates the predicates of the propendum, and the words of explanation indicates the reasoning. So for example, then it relates to the four qualities that we have mentioned just now. So the first quality is a quality of being permanent, right? So then quality of being permanent, and in relation to this quality of being permanent, then these words immutable. So immutable is the predicate of the propendum. And then because of being endowed with the qualities of inexhaustibility, so then this is the reasoning. So this is the words of indications that indicate the predicate of the propendum. And then because of being endowed with the qualities of inexhaustibility, then you see the words because, right? So then these are the words of explanation that indicates the reasoning. So then in relation to the second quality, the quality of being stable or constant, then it is the refuge of migrators. Then this is the predicate of the propendum. Then because it is continuous and without end, then this is the reasoning. Then is without the two, then the third quality is the quality of pacification. So then the quality of pacification is constantly or is always without the two. So this is the predicate of the propendum. Predicate of the propendum, and then without conceptuality is reasoning. And then the last quality is the quality of being eternal or changeless. Then is in the nature of not being subject to destructions. Then this refers to this is the predicate of the propendum. And then because it is not formed by karma. So in other words, it is not conditioned by karma. So just now, then in the next in here, then you can see that it says that it does not age by unaltered, non-afflicted karma because it's eternal, right? So here, so this part, because it's not formed by karma, so it's because it's unconditioned by karma, therefore it is not subject to destruction, it is changeless, it is eternal.
That's right.
So next we go to verse 83. So verse 83 and verse 84 is under the outlines of extensive explanation. Then they say, because the Dhammakaya is endowed with limitless qualities, it has the meaning of being immutably permanent. Because it is equal to the limits of samsara, it has the meanings of being a constant entity of refuge. Because it is in the nature of non-conceptuality, it has the meanings of pacified reality, pacified reality free from duality of the two extremes, because it is endowed with the quality of not being produced by the two karmas, it is not subject to destruction. This is the meaning of being eternal.
Dani tabi ki tenda de mare es tar tishiwa ta chibu de kenda joami de dani tabi tenda de mare es ta tabi inge de mare loro de mare de se garna ta toso maje de inge de ko tadu es ta ji ku ji shesaro de ji toso maje de inge de ko tadu es ta de chiwa.
Then to explain these verses, then we go to extra notes. Yeah. So then it says, Tathāgata possesses the meaning of permanence. So possesses the meaning of permanence, in other words, is possesses the quality of being permanent or quality of permanence. Then the nature of being changeless. So this refers to this permanence, the nature of being changeless. Then because this nature of being changeless, we refer to this permanence. And because it is an ultimate body that possesses inexhaustible qualities such as strength. So this, I'll say, if you follow, then you have heard this explanation before. So this is the part of extensive explanations, right? So he's explaining the point that we have gone through. Koi thai mutang chungba sa de ni tiang koi tha phatu de shua rive de yu thwe
당 거의 타임마다 숨어서 당 거의 타데 아다 타야 동거지 다 가다 상지상으로 와 타투바 거의 타투바의 상지상으로 와 타투바에다 상지상으로 와 어때 대대서 가서 지단 거의 타서 대 숨어 맞아 뮤지스 빵이 당 거의 타 통로 와 고아빵 와 뮤지 빵도 고아빵 와 당 거의 타임마다 숨어 대대 숨어 딱고 타도 말이라 와 타도 그래서 치고 맞아 거의 타서 뮤지 빵을 딱 가다 다지 고바토를 딱 거의 고아빵 쓰고 와 고아빵 쓰고 와
지성급 뒤는데 코에 타이 모당 총바 쇼베고
타도 상지고 나데 상지고
지산이 대급 뒤 코에 타 모당 총바세 대니 양 된다
제가 거의 타도 받은 아주 코알 맞아가는 대 총바에서 거라 코아 타도 받은 나좀 도서 되와
코에 타도바
거의 타도 받아줘 봐
코에 타도바 다좀
다좀 고바 토르와 대 거의 타대 코아 빵 받으러 와다 코아 빵 대대 총바 딱고 타도 받지 해서
Then the second one is Tathāgata possesses the meaning of stability. Again, meaning here also can be has the meanings. Meaning here also means quality. So possesses the quality, possesses the meaning of stability, the nature of refuge, because it is an ultimate body that equally approaches the end of samsara. So equally approaches the end of samsara in general. When we talk about the end of samsara, then in general, we refers to the attainment. If one approach the ends of samsara, then one becomes arhat and one abandon samsara. So, and here in this context, he's talking about it is an ultimate body that equally approaches the end of samsara. So then it means that it is an ultimate body that is an ultimate body that is an abandonment of samsara.
당가서 이제 미바들와 스마들와 다 말이 간다 치고데 다 말이 과차지 싸다 사바미비 레님이 다 치미시 되다 되다 간다 데니가 pomban 거와 말이 과차지 싸 말이 과차라고 다 말이 과차와 싸다 다 사메지 레니 pom비 되다 되 말이 시이 되 말이 서고와 이제 내가 난 배소지 넘바도 다는 이제 꼭 타도 봐 그래서 꼭 타도 그래서 거와 배소지 넘바도 내가 이제 꼭 타도 그래서
So here it refers to an ultimate body is not just arhatship. So here it refers to an ultimate body that ultimate body is of abandonment of samsara, that has abandoned samsara. So then the third quality is the subject Tathāgata possesses the meaning of pacification, the real nature, lacking both the ground of imprints of ignorance and the uncontaminated actions. So lacking here means that is a real nature that has abandoned, then both, or in other words, is devoid of. So the real nature in which both the grounds of imprints of ignorance and the uncontaminated actions have been eliminated. So it has the meanings of lacking here has the meanings of devoid of and have been eliminated. So what have been eliminated? Both the grounds of imprints of ignorance. So grounds of imprints of ignorance, basically it means imprints of ignorance, and the uncontaminated actions. So both of these have been eliminated. And because it is, so it possesses the meaning of pacification, which is the real nature lacking both the grounds of imprints of ignorance and the uncontaminated actions, because it is an ultimate body. So again, it refers to an ultimate body. So that has the nature of non-conceptuality through exertion. So then the last quality is the subject of Tathāgata possesses the meaning of eternal. So again, possesses the quality of being eternal. So which is the meaning of eternal or eternalism. Eternal then, okay, yeah. So possess the meaning of eternal, which is non-disintegration, because it is the quality unfabricated by uncontaminated actions. So it means that because it is the quality unfabricated or unfabricated, in other words, unconditioned by uncontaminated actions. Why is it unfabricated? Why is it unfabricated or unconditioned by uncontaminated actions? It is because the uncontaminated actions have been abandoned. So therefore, it is this Tathāgata is unfabricated by uncontaminated actions, and this. Then he says this quality of being eternal exists only on the ground of Buddha. So not only the fourth one exists only on the ground of Buddha, the first three qualities, the meaning of permanent, the quality of being permanent, the quality of being stable, and the quality of pacified, then these four qualities exist only on the Buddha ground. Only on the Buddha ground.
That's not what it is in the intention, but in the that was such a cheap up the rock. I'm doing number of touching decision, nobody to my money, but no matter. You can mean that he was on the some system as a road. The rock. That concept didn't chew within the his, then the puppy dinner turned on your in this. You should need that. See, the maybe. Sanjay William Mato, young in the mess, what did show a new door,
So then we go to verse 85. So verse 85 is under the outlines of establishing indivisibility from the qualities of freedom at a time of total purity. And under this outline, verse 85, it says, the perfect complete Buddha is the Dhammakaya, the Tathāgata, the highest ultimate truth, and non-abiding nirvana. These four are just as indivisible as the sun and its rays, and because of the indivisibility of the qualities, there is no abiding nirvana apart from Buddhahood.
Maitreya, Sanjay, Tibetan Buddhism, that Chetan must be here over that Chetan must be doing money, but on the day, no year. That is some other. Kanayata was the Sanjay, the Sanjay, that Nidji, you did that, Sanjay, you did that, Tibetan, that don't need to be shared with us. You hear that number change. Tada, ye may be sort of thinking that kind of Sanjay mother, taking your mother. Sanjay mother, your mothers, the Yemi dedicated.
So here it says the perfect Buddha possesses indivisibility. Possess indivisibly every wisdom, is also wisdom and quality of freedom of the hearer, solitary realizer, and Mahāyāna. So here it refers to the perfect complete Buddha who possesses these qualities indivisibly. So the one who possesses these qualities indivisibly are Buddhas, are perfect complete Buddhas. So the ones who possess these qualities indivisibly are perfect Buddhas. So the qualities such as the every wisdom, the exalted wisdom, and qualities of freedom of the hearer, solitary realizer. So basically it means qualities of hearers, qualities of solitary realizers, and qualities of the Mahāyānis, such as wisdom, realizing emptiness. Then the ones who possess these qualities indivisibly are perfect Buddhas. Di shibo tang bang do tatu sa de ni di sama yang ngo ye be ma. So to explain this further, then we refer to extra notes. Then he says, the ultimate nirvana does not exist apart from Buddhahood because the exalted wisdom directly seeing all phenomena and the quality of the entire abandonments of two obscurations are of an indivisible entity. So basically here it talks about the complete Buddhas possesses these qualities indivisibly, or in other words, possesses these qualities in the manner of an indivisible entity. So, for example, just like the three, the Sundays, light rays, and radiating of light rays are of an indivisible entity. So, with this example, these three being an indivisible entity, then the ultimate abandonment and realization is the truth body. The ultimate abandonment and realization is the Tathāgata. The ultimate abandonment and realization is the Aya's ultimate true cessation, and the ultimate abandonment and realization is the ultimate nirvana. So basically, here it means that these are the ones who possess the ultimate abandonment and realization in the manner of an indivisible entity, and is the truth body, is the Tathāgata, is the Aya's ultimate true cessation, and then is the ultimate nirvana. So then we go back to root commentary. Then verse 86. Yeah. So verse 86 is under the outlines of identifying the four synonyms. Then verse 86 it says, in brief, the non-afflicted sphere is distinguished by 4 meanings and is to be known by way of 4 synonyms, Dhammakaya, and so forth. So to explain this verse 86, then we go to extra notes. So then, in brief, so it means that it is the ultimate uncontaminated sphere, then by means of the 4 divisions of meaning, then to be understood as the 4 synonyms of the truth body, and so 4 synonyms. 4 synonyms such as the truth body, and then so forth refers to Tathāgata, ultimate true cessations, and the ultimate nirvana. So just now we say that this verse 86 is under the outlines of identifying the 4 bodies, or identifying the 4 bodies, or identifying the 4 synonyms, right? So what are these 4 bodies or 4 synonyms? And they are truth body, Tathāgata, ultimate true cessations, and the ultimate nirvana. So these are the 4 synonyms. And then we go back to root verse, as the commentary says. So in brief, within the non-afflicted sphere, which is a natural purity totally devoid of adventitious defilements, are the 4 perfected qualities. And although they have no ultimate divisions, then it should be known that there is a divisions into 4 synonyms, Dhammakaya, Tathāgata, and so forth. So there are 4 Dhammakaya, Tathāgata, the ayas, the ultimate true cessations, and the ultimate nirvana. So, and then divisions into these 4 synonyms. So basically it means that these divisions is divided by way of synonyms, and is not divided whether the qualities are fulfilled or not. So here it says, although they have no ultimate divisions, so they are the 4 perfected qualities, and although they have no ultimate divisions, it means that it is not divided whether the qualities are fulfilled or not. It is divisions by way of synonyms. So then there are 4 divisions, and these 4 divisions are Dhammakaya, Tathāgata, ultimate true cessations, and ultimate nirvana.
nimbo se jo dewa shi jo yes nimbo dewa shi nimbo se wada jo dewa shi jo la yes dewa shi jo la ta sanji ji ma so jo yin se kan la dewa shi nimbo se la wo ma da ke ko ma res这样我是sanji ji jo de da chang ju se ko ma da ni je ko ma ni yo shou wa sanji ko ma就yin se kan la ta dewa shi sanji ji jo se sha wo ma res wa dewa shi nimbo se de ka to pe ni se ji ta dewa shi nimbo se ten da lo ya da ta sanji ji jo dewa shi jo or decompress. It might be changing because of this level.
So here we talk about Tathāgatas, right? So and throughout the text, then you will see the words Tathāgatas, then you will see the words Tathāgata Essence, and then you will see the words the basic element of Tathāgata or the basic element, the Tathāgata Essence. So then you will see words like this. So here then is since it is related, since it mentions the words Tathāgata, so I think it's good to clarify this. So when you see the words Tathāgata Essence, the basic elements of Tathāgata, and you see the words like a naturally abiding lineage, so these are synonymous. So these three are synonymous, and so so what does it? So when you see the words Tathāgata's essence, so what does it mean by this Tathāgata essence? Is it means it is a Tathāgata. It means the Tathāgata, the Tathāgata cause. In other words, the cause of Tathāgata. So Tathāgata essence also means the cause of Tathāgata. So the cause of Tathāgata. What does it mean by cause of Tathāgata? It means it is a main cause for attaining the state of enlightenment. So when we say cause for Tathāgata, or cause of Tathāgata, then it means that it refers to the main cause for attaining the state of enlightenment. So here we are saying that Tathāgata essence is to be understood as the cause of Tathāgata. And then the cause of Tathāgata means or refers to the main cause for attaining the state of enlightenment. So even though we say that the Tathāgata essence is to be understood as the cause of Tathāgata, but it doesn't mean that all causes for attaining the state of enlightenment are to be understood as Tathāgata essence. So in other words, it doesn't mean that all causes for attaining the state of enlightenment refers to the Tathāgata essence. So, for example, cultivations of compassion, cultivations of bodhicitta, these are the causes for attaining the state of enlightenment, but they are not to be posited as the Tathāgata essence. They are not to be posited as the Tathāgata essence. So then you see the word Tathāgata. So if you only see the word Tathāgata, or in general, when you see the word Tathāgata, then it refers to Buddha. So Tathāgatas and Buddhas, then they are synonymous. So, however, if you see the words Tathāgata essence, Tathāgata's basic element, or the basic elements of Tathāgata, or naturally abiding lineage, these three are synonymous, and then they are to be understood as the cause of Tathāgata.
장신내리
마다위 네갑 데라
마다이 내갑지
네갑
마다이 내가지 생기 춘이 라기나다
생기 춘이
라기나다 데라 생기 춘이 라기나다 데라 대화시 님보로 오래 라기내리 로그래 대화시 강한 거 저거래 다시 공지 봐 대화시 컴 봐
컴 대화시 닝보 대화시 닝보 대화시 대화시 컴 라신내리 된 소로
오 장신내리 당가서 요나 하고서 뭐 세대부터 똥이 되라 다 생기 춘이 라기나다 세대 이제 저와 생기 춘이 라기나다 다 돼야 다 로브지 주마다 마다이 내가 저 생기 춘이 라기나다 되라 다 대화시 닝보가 라기내리다 라기내리다 대화시 comes 어다 양을 했다는 대화시 뭐 뉴스가 되다 그래서 대화시 뭐 좋아 근데 담보된 것으로 세 대바트 똥이 돈이 돼 내가 다 생지 취미로 희난다 생각해서 다때 어찌 참 샤사로와 다때야 다 로브지 좀마다 마다 있네 갑지와 로브지 좀마다 마다 있네 가지 생지 취미로 희난다 되라 다 대화시 무엇을 하고 있어 대화시 뭐다 그래서 이미 비리다 다 대화시 comes 어디 되는 거예요
and then in general the emptiness of true existence of the mind it refers to the because the 생기 춘이랑 신남다 세기어로 세기어로 yeah so the emptiness of true existence of the mind is called the real nature of the mind. So this word chunyi has many can be translated there are many translations for this word chunyi. So sometimes it's translated as reality, sometimes it's translated as real nature, sometimes it's translated as final nature, sometimes it's translated as noumenon. So basically, so usually I will use the word real nature or final nature. So the real nature, I repeat, so the emptiness of the true existence of the mind is to be called the real, so it's called the real nature of the mind, which is naturally pure. So I repeat, the emptiness of true existence of the mind, in general, the emptiness of true existence of the mind is called the real nature of the mind, which is naturally pure. And furthermore, this real nature of the mind, which is naturally pure, on the occasions of not, because on the occasions when the advantage, on the occasions when is not separated from the adventitious defilements, then is called those synonyms that we have mentioned just now. It is called the essence of the Tathāgata, the basic elements of the Tathāgata, the essence of the Tathāgata, the basic element, or the naturally abiding lineage. So I repeat from the very beginning. So in general, the emptiness of true existence of the mind is called the real nature of the mind, which is naturally pure. And furthermore, the real nature of the mind, which is naturally pure, on the occasions when it is not separated from the adventitious defilements, then is called the Tathāgata essence, the Tathāgata's basic element, or the basic elements of the Tathāgata, or the basic element, the essence of the Tathāgata. So sometimes they can put together, or naturally abiding lineage. 英语교당啊。
那这个是群都蛮好讲的，是吧？自己群说的吧？
So here, when we talk about the real nature of the mind, so the real nature of the mind, this particular refers to the emptiness on the basis of the mind. So the real nature of the mind, so it means or it refers to the emptiness on the basis of the mind, or the emptiness based on the mind. So in general, when we talk about the word chunyi, then it can, other than the translation, other than those English words that I've mentioned just now, it can also be generally translated as just nature. So for example, fire naturally burning upwards, water naturally flowing downwards, and etc. So these are the nature of fire, and these are the nature of fires and the nature of water, right? So however, here when we talk about the real nature of the mind, so it refers to the emptiness, the emptiness on the basis of the mind. Lobu gitima tada dewe ne kawina di desim gi chunyi rangxin namda de ne dewa shibi ningbo de labya yo ma
다 대화시 있는 거 말아. 대화시 있는 거 이나 로지 주마다 마다 있는 거 샤고라. 마다 있는 거 생기 주는 거 있는다 샤고라. 다다 나디 로지 주마다 자이 생기 주는 샤사로와. 다들 최고 원이 그냥 샤고라. 다 군다 대화시 있는 거 대화시 저세 따다 하고 다들 이 상담.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So then another occasion. So the real nature of the mind, which is naturally pure, on the occasions when it is separated from all adventitious defilements. So I repeat, the real nature of the mind, which is naturally pure, on the occasions when it is separated from all adventitious defilements, then it is called, so that real nature of the mind, which is naturally pure, is to be called, is called nature truth body, and is also called the ultimate truth cessation. Then it can also be called as the ultimate result of separation, and it can also be called as 그래서 다만인den기 춘잉을 다만인den기 최고당 춘잉 하 춘이 냐 기미다이 then it can also be called as the real nature possessing the two purities. It can also be called as the truth body possessing the two purities. And it cannot be called. So this real nature of the mind, which is naturally pure, on the occasions when it is separated from all adventitious defilement, it cannot be called as Tathāgata essence. So why? Because just now, the first occasions that we have mentioned just now, the real nature of the mind, which is naturally pure on the occasion when it is not separated from adventitious defilement, and that real nature of the mind is to be called Tathāgata essence, the basic elements of Tathāgata, naturally abiding lineage, right? So this draws the lines between these two. So one is to be called that even though they are called the real nature of the mind, which is naturally pure, however, it depends on its particular occasions that it refers to. So if it is a real nature of the mind, which is naturally pure, on the occasions when it is not separated from all adventitious defilements, then it is called Tathāgata essence, the basic elements of Tathāgata, naturally abiding lineage, or the basic element, the essence of Tathāgatas that join together. So then this is the real nature of the mind, which is naturally pure on the occasions when it is not separated from all adventitious defilement. And then the second occasions, even though it is called, the words are the same, the real nature of the mind, which is naturally pure. However, the occasions is on the occasions when it is separated from all adventitious defilement, then it is not to be called Tathāgata essence, but it is not to be called Tathāgata essence or the other synonyms that has the same meaning of Tathāgata essence. And it is to be called nature truth body. It is to be called ultimate true cessation, ultimate result of separation, or ultimate result of separation, real nature possessing the two purities, or truth body possessing the two purities. So this explanation then it draws the line, draws the difference between these two. So then through these, then you will be able to understand better that why do we say that the Tathāgata essence is to be understood as causes for Tathāgata, or causes of Tathāgata.
너무 주만인데
뉴디나 시딩이 당 다바로. So just now we mentioned one of the synonyms to be called is the real nature possessing the two purities, right? And also truth body possessing the two purities. So the two purities refer to the purity of two obscurations. Two purities of two obscurations. So the purity of afflictive obscuration and purity of knowledge obscuration. So these are what two purities refer to. So then here, everyone must be understand it better now. Must understand it better now that when we talk about the real nature of the mind, which is naturally pure, then even though the adventitious defilements have been purified or not, then independent on this factor, then it draws the difference between the Tathāgata essence and nature truth body. So, and then we have to understand that when we say, when occasions when adventitious defilements have been purified or not, right? So then we have to again understand what these adventitious defilements refer to. So these adventitious defilements refer to two types of obscuration. So the afflictive obscuration and knowledge obscuration. So if it is purified, if it is an occasion when adventitious defilements have been purified, then it is to be called nature truth body. If it is an occasion when adventitious defilements have not been purified, then that nature truth body, which is naturally pure, is to be called Tathāgata essence, basic elements of Tathāgata. So, in other words, so through this based on this understanding, then we can also understand that if it is a Tathāgata essence, then it is necessarily not a separate. Then it is necessarily not separated from adventitious defilements. I repeat, if it is a Tathāgata essence, then it is necessarily not separated from adventitious defilements, because separation from all adventitious defilements, because nature truth body is necessarily free from all adventitious defilement. So therefore, if it is a Tathāgata essence, so it means that it is necessarily not separated from adventitious defilement. Because the difference between these two, whether the adventitious defilements have been purified or not, or have been abandoned or not, or separated or not. So then, depend on this. Due to this factor, then it draws the difference between Tathāgata essence and nature truth body.
That's the word right now. That's the word. That kind of children with the bougie ship. Sanji, Chuy, Diri, Dishi, Tobada, Jimmy, Trinidad, Duni Ranchi, he was it.
As a Sanji and Yuji.
Sanji Chuy, Sanji Chuy, Nevada, or that Diri, Dishi, Tobada, Jimmy, Trinidad, Duni Ranchi, he was it. Oh dear, I didn't know that.
So then we go to next verse, verse 87. So verse 87, it says, indivisible from the qualities of the Buddha, attainment of the lineage as it is, reality that is non-deceptive and not false, and by nature at peace since beginningless time.
都是因的这个在些，在些的上级情况是吧？都是上级去谈起，但我也没对比，你的这个在些对比，但过来还是看到，在些我也没把对比，但过来还是，在手上他去过些，现在没有的，他去过是呢，他这个是吧？他共同的过去嘛，没说是吧？他对嘛跟他都有人嘛。
So in this verse, then we say the 4 synonyms, right? Then Dhammakaya, Tathāgatas, and so forth. So Dhammakaya, Tathāgata, ultimate true cessation, and ultimate nirvana. So in this verse 87 is establishing these 4 synonyms or these 4 bodies. So then, Lord, 個做都要啦，其實我哋 charge 要啦，嗱，charge 佢啦，yeah. So yeah. So then So then it says indivisible from the qualities of the Buddha, attainment of the lineage as is, reality that is non-deceptive and not false, and by nature at peace since beginningless time, right? So this verse establishes the 4 bodies of the 4 synonyms. So to explain this further, then we refer to extra notes. Then it says the nature truth body of a complete Buddha is suitable to be called a truth body because it is a body that possesses all the qualities of a Buddha, such as strength, in the manner of an indivisible entity. So we have mentioned about the 64 qualities of a Buddha, such as strength, fearlessness, and so forth, right? And unique qualities. So here we say that the nature truth body of a complete Buddha is to be called a truth body or Dhammakaya. So it refers to one of the 4 synonyms, right? Dhammakaya or truth body. So because it is a body that possesses all the qualities of a Buddha in the manner of an indivisible entity. So then the second one is the nature truth body of a complete Buddha. The subject is the same, and then it's suitable to be called a Tathāgata. So then refer to the second synonym. So it's suitable to be called a Tathāgata because it is a body attained through abiding in the naturally abiding lineage. So naturally abiding lineage, as mentioned just now, then is is synonymous with the Tathāgata essence, right? So it refers to the real nature of the mind with defilements. So in general, when we talk about the naturally abiding lineage, then is synonymous with the Tathāgata essence or the basic element of the Tathāgata. So it refers to the real nature of the mind with defilements. So then it says through abiding in the lineage, through abiding in the naturally abiding lineage. So through abiding in the naturally abiding lineage means that by the power of meditating on the naturally abiding lineage. And then abiding here means that whenever the whenever the adventitious defilement is separated. So even though here the word says abiding in, right? So the meaning of this is through separating or through the separation of the adventitious defilements when by the power of meditating on the naturally abiding lineage. So it is a body attained in this way. So because of this, therefore, it's suitable to be called a Tathāgata. So I repeat this reasoning part. So because it is a body attained through abiding in the naturally abiding lineage. So abiding here means separation, separate from. So then we can understand this reasoning in this way. So it is a body attained through the separation of adventitious defilement by the power of meditating on the naturally abiding lineage. So it is a body attained in this way, then therefore it is suitable to be called a Tathāgata.
오, 들어와. 아디 간다. 나도 대 이진시바를 했어요. 지금 이거는 이진시바 기억이 비슷해와. 딱 가서 이진시바서 와데 마치 이 대화시바서 와서 상지에서 대화시베 님보서 와데 그 상지 도시 조리에서 시사이 봐. 시사와. 다단다데 이진시바서 대인서 와데 간다. 대인이 동반이나 가서 봐야 돼.
대신이나
대인서 인도와. 어 대인이는 장지 동반이 대인이 동반이나 돈이나 파서는 봐. 약간의 힘이 있어지고 뭐 대기
당신이
동반이 다른 동반대 동반이 대 공비 또제 대 공비 또제 등에 봐 장주가 해봐 장주 해봐서 로아
공비 똑기
공비 또제 등에 봐 장주가 해봐 하세요 뭐 장주가 해봐 뭐 장주가 해봐
뭐
장주가 해봐
장추바 해봐
장주가 해봐서 로아 내가
뭐 장추바 좋아요.
맞게 상기가 장주가 로아 이거 장주가 해봐서는 가서 단 로를 된다. 아 대신이 대 공비 또 제로 대신이 대 공비 또제 등에 봐 차주 이거 장주가 해 해서 이제 해봐서 로아 이거 장주가 해서 대신 해봐 너도 어디
So as mentioned just now, we say Tathāgata. So Tathāgata then refers to Buddha, right? And then the essence of Tathāgata refers to the cause of Buddha or cause of Tathāgata or cause of Tathāgata. So Tathāgata means Buddha or refers to Buddha. The essence of Tathāgata refers to cause of Buddha. So then we say, so Tathāgata in Tibetan is Deshin Sheba. Deshin Sheba, literally translated as the one gone thus. The one gone thus. So Deshin is translated as thus or thusness or suchness. So this thusness or suchness is the emptiness of inherent existence. So this thusness or suchness, or the word thus in the word the word thus of the word one gone thus, then it refers to emptiness of inherent existence. So here it says the meaning of thus is that it comes from the sphere of the emptiness of inherent existence, and then we'll go there again. So it means that this so it means that by the power of meditating on the thusness or the sphere of the emptiness of inherent existence or emptiness of inherent existence. So by the power of meditating on thusness or the sphere of emptiness of inherent existence or emptiness of inherent existence, then one will go to the manifest enlightenment. So by the power of meditating on the emptiness of inherent existence, one will go to the manifest enlightenment. So that is what it means by thus. Of thusness. Yeah. So then the third one is the nature truth body of a complete Buddha is Arya's ultimate true cessation. So Arya's ultimate true cessation here refers to Arya Buddha's true cessation. So the true cessations of an Arya Buddhas. And because it is an ultimate real nature, devoid of falsity, in that the modes of abiding and the modes of appearance are discordant and being unconditioned. So because of these two reasons, because is an ultimate real nature devoid of falsity, in that modes of abiding and the modes of appearance are discordant and being unconditioned. So therefore, it is non-deceptive. So this Arya's ultimate true cessations is non-deceptive because of these two. And yeah, so previously also mentioned that because yeah, so falsities is subject to deceptive. Yeah, so falsity is subject to deceptive, subject to being deceptive. So falsity is subject to being deceptive. So falsity is also means that the modes of abiding and the modes of appearance are discordant. So because of this, so it is a falsity, then it is a deception. So then it is being deceptive. So here, Arya's ultimate true cessations, because of these two reasons, so therefore it is non-deceptive.
That's about the that's about the and when you could get them in the about yes, that in the draw. Then I mean, that demand on Hiji, that Shishiwa, that you would do about Shishi, Shishi. Dini, Shiva, Nichiko,
Yomong Jobale, Yomong Jobale Shishing.
or that you did the Shidi Nigal Bajan and Libra, that Jibani Chichikores, that Kores come to the War, Nichikores, good have the study, and that. That's the moment in the states of Jiban.
So then the last one is the nature truth body of a complete Buddha is the ultimate nirvana, because it is a body of natural pacification from the very beginning and of the pacifications of the two obscurations, afflictive obscurations and knowledge obscuration. We conclude with dedication. We conclude with dedication. We dedicate these roots of virtue to the flourishing of Buddha Dharma and to the excellence of happiness of all sentient beings. We also dedicate these roots of virtue to all upholders of Buddha's teaching, mainly His Holiness the Dalai Lama, to live eons long, to have excellent health, and may all their enlightened activities and holy wishes be accomplished instantaneously and spread in all directions. We also dedicate these roots of virtue to our beloved teacher, Kyabsha Lama Zopa Rinpoche. May Rinpoche's holy wishes be accomplished instantaneously without any obstacle. We also dedicate these roots of virtue to world peace. May excellent happiness prevail throughout the world. May wars, conflicts, disaster, natural disaster caused by four elements, pandemic, diseases be pacified, and etc. be pacified immediately. And we also dedicate these roots of virtue especially to sentient beings who pass away. May all their negativities accumulated since beginningless time be pacified immediately and quickly achieve the state of enlightenment.
Isabe kewa de tendan roa kola kambe dan keba jesu loza raba itembe nimbo rindo seje sho janju senjo rimbo je ma keba na ki gyuji keba nyama me baya kone kondo pewa sho bawo chida keba dan kondo zambo de yang de jinde de da kumi jesu dalo je kewa di da dam je rapto mo tawa rimbo je ma keba na ki gyuji keba nyama me baya kone kondo pewa sho rimi tawa rimbo je ana ki gyuji keba nyama me baya kone kondo pewa sho ni jesu do je bela shi se se kan je den de pe mo den zing zo la so wa de so shin de lo sho ka de pe de ma lo ka ne jing we sam be shin no ka de su me den zing zo la so wa de so tu je lo sho ta me de ba de ke so sa ke wa yo se ki ma de ra ja chi ji ke yu ma lo pe de me ba tu be ke le so yo so me tu de ri ku che do tu be jing be wa la na mi su su be ko ja je su be ji zo la ma so wa de pe de ma lo ju be ko ji ku je we de la ma tu lo so na chi du de bo zen bo da我喜欢是的，帮我的就是给事情了，当时那个就给老婆接了，没得别样，多少辈子，给上这辈子有些说，那为各位情况的碰到的话，马路就会，既然是往的这个所以小辈子的，我都得有去。